What is up? What is up? YouTube, how y'all doing? How y'all doing, man? Y'all doing all right? Hey, I want to thank everybody who gave donations and everything. I want to thank everybody who put negative comments down about me asking for donations all the time. I think this is the third time. I'm hoping, I always say 4 because I want to make sure, you know, maybe I forgot one or something, but we only asked for donations from the life of this channel only 4 times. And it's always going to somebody else. And I'm a God-fearing man. So, anyway, I ain't trying to do nothing I ain't no business doing. Y'all seen the video, I mean, the stuff and everything. Long story short, one of the family members, Angelo is his name. I remember his like Mike Angelo. Shout out to Angelo. This is Angelo, y'all. He needs an operation, and we're raising money for him to do this operation. His arm has been broken, man, for over a month now, and he needs to have this operation, man. Oh, he's gonna be in a world of trouble. So I was hoping, this is my YouTube course, y'all. I'm starting a new YouTube channel stuff, and I'm gonna go by this course right here. But hey, real talk, man. This is for real, and this is serious. And don't worry, because Uncle Mike gonna make sure he get that operation. I actually was mentioning that I am gonna whatever we raise, I'll pay for the half of, you know, I'll match what we raise. That's how I said it. I match what we raise. I wish I could just pay for the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? So give what you can. Thank everybody who already donated. I see some of the donations coming through. I don't know, remember the names and all that good stuff because I'm trying to do way too many things. But thank you from the bottom of my heart. Ariel came on and she thanked the people. She had a little donate. She went out in the streets to try to get some donation, but they money. If you think you poor, they poor. Anyway, check this out, man. Without a doubt, you know we're talking about TD Jakes lawsuit update right here. This is the video that we are reacting to. But before we play this video, I want to play this little Instagram. Should I be doing a refresh? I don't know how to work it. Only thing I know how to work is YouTube, y'all. So let me hit refresh. There we go. Oh, dang. It's playing, but it starts off playing mute. So let's refresh again. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell. It starts off mute. So we're going to miss the beginning, y'all.
You who expect me to address a lie, you can log off.
Oh. No, I ain't logging off because I don't know if it's a lie or not, bitch. Oh. Explain it to me. Oh. If it's a lie so much, why you doing shit like this? Look at you. All that twisting up in that Banana Republic outfit. I know a Banana Republic outfit when I see it. Out there twisting up like that. Boy, that's the Yin Yang twins. Shake it like a salt shaker. Shake it like a salt shaker. Boy, I know that shit when I hear it. You out there dancing to that shit. Get your ass in that pulpit. But you want us to think you ain't been partying. You want us to think we ain't been partying. Look at you twisting up. Dancing to Yin Yang twins. Boy, you ain't fooling me.
What?
Cut the shit now. What's up with this? You enjoying this shit, a mighty lot? Look at you. Look, he's supposed to be protecting and serving. He's supposed to be protecting and serving. Your job is to protect and serve, sir, not perform in front of TD Jakes. And look at TD. You like?
He is smiling and I could no, that's not me. But
like it, ain't it? Single lady in this shit. You enjoying this, a mighty lot? Look at you. What kind of shit is this, man? Yeah, whatever they say you did that shit.
Wow.
Yeah, you fucking did it. You fucking did it. Whatever them people say you did, you fucking did it. Yeah, look at you smiling, enjoying every bit of it. Look, giggling. I can hear you right now. Yes, we're gonna go ahead and get you down to Diddy's house.
My
he did the
God.
split. I gotta get you at Diddy's house. My assistant will get you information, and me and Sean is gonna love you.
He did that shit. You guilty as fuck.
All of you who expect me to address a lie, you can log off.
Wow, that's a pastor of a church is smiling and having fun while somebody else is dancing. No. Oh, shout out to somebody left me a long message about, I'm getting them mixed up. It's 3 of them. I'm getting them all mixed up, but this particular person said that I was gay or bisexual or something like that. She said, I can't remember, which make me laugh. I'm like, dude, for real, I'm 100% all man. If you think I'm bisexual, then you got some twistology in your brain. I don't even want to shake a man's hand, not alone get in the bed with him. God dang, ew. You know, so, and I understand how you feel. Some people get on here and they lie and they cover up stuff. But some people do get on here and tell all the truth, 100% truth. People, you think I ain't never heard it? That people in the Philippines is trying to, they just want your money. It sure is funny. I send my fiance money because she works for the channel as well. And she take her money and buy me shirts. Y'all like my shirt? Y'all like my shirt? She done ordered shirts. And I said, don't order all the shirts, just order 2. She still ordered 4 shirts for me. If she wanted the money, she'd be spending it on herself. What make it so bad is, I was going to show a picture real quick. She actually take her money and buy things for her family. She bought the sidecar for the tricycle for her brother. And I'm like, I'm riding, we're in the Philippines riding, right? And I'm like, you mean to tell me I'm riding in this? This is mine. I bought this. You know, I'm just joking, y'all. I'm just joking. But everybody in the Philippines is not out to get your money. Everybody in the United States ain't people who that's why they call them gold diggers. There's a lot of people and I had a girlfriend who was American, black woman, was stealing money out of me, out of my wallet. And it took me a little while to figure out how I can keep my money. I had to count the money, but keep it. If I keep it too neat, then she knew I counted it. So I had to keep it all rounded up. And I finally caught her, and I'm writing down, I got to do all this stuff. I got to do all this stuff to catch a thief. She was stealing money from me. Now, she ain't no Filipino. Come on, man. You know what you know, and you do what you do. Y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Y'all pray for Uncle Mike, because I'm going through some stuff, man. And it ain't nothing about them comments. It ain't nothing about the broken arm. I'm going through some personal stuff as far as these channels and getting these things together. So y'all pray for me, man. I'm trying my best to help other people. And one of the things I never thought would happen, forget about all the comments. I'm marketing and promoting the YouTube channel, and they telling me that my subscriber count is fake. Oh my God. And I'm like, for real? Y'all seen a lot of y'all people here. Y'all seen this channel grow for 7 years, 500,000 subscribers, which we about to approach. It's been a long journey, baby. Right beside the subscriber count, it says 10,000 videos uploaded. That should let you know the brother been working. Jesus Christ. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Let's check this bad boy out. TD Jakes lawsuit update, y'all. Lordy day, Lordy day. Oh my goodness. Here we go. Let's get this info.
Now, I know y'all probably going to drag me for this because a lot of y'all attend this church, whether online or in person, and that is okay. That is all okay, okay?
Yeah.
But I know suspect when I see stuff. I know what, nigga, when I see what.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
And however you want to label down low, you can label it that way. R. Kelly had a definition for down low, and we got our own definition for down low, okay? Figure it out. All I'm saying is that it's mighty funny how TD filed a lawsuit against they ain't alleged, okay? They have all been accused and are registered offenders, okay?
Uh-oh.
Filed a lawsuit against registered offenders that accused him of offending them when they were underage, and that's the reason why they were offending. And so he sued them. And Larry, come in my mouth, only if you under the age of 17, read. And he over there in Dubai right now wasting away because he ain't got no money for no medication. I just had to slip that in, y'all, because his boyfriend told me he saw the medication. And so they said Larry Reed pawned off all of his furniture and everything like that, shut down all of the houses in which he kept all the men and the house staff and everybody that was sleeping with each other. And he went to Dubai, and they said he losing weight by the pound like TD Jakes here. Take a look at TD Jakes. Take a look at TD Jakes. Where's he at?
He do look a little slimmer now. I don't know.
Now, the last time we saw a pastor lose weight like this, it was a long time ago. You get it? It was a long time ago, okay? Figure it out in the chat. Just figure it out. Just I want the long people to come after me, okay? I heard what they were saying down there in Atlanta, allegedly, okay? Now, here's the thing. Y'all talking about, Ozempic. No, they said he was messing with little people.
Little people.
And so it's mighty funny how he quickly dismisses a lawsuit, slides it in 2 pages. TD Jakes and TD Jakes Ministries would like to dismiss this lawsuit because we're getting ready for discovery. So he backed out of the lawsuit because, you know, with discovery, you got to start putting receipts up, and that stuff is going to be public information. And he already saw the bloggers following the suit, and all of this will be public. And meanwhile, he just wants to in peace.
TD Jakes, y'all.
Listen, you pray for TD Jakes. I don't know what the hell going on here.
Swallowed. Have you ever been
This is the skinniest I've ever seen him
What
ever
the
in life.
hell?
I think this is the skinniest he's ever been. He ain't even got his suits altered. Look at that suit. That suit was the same suit he was wearing when his stomach was out here because they made extra room for the stomach.
Oh my God.
All I'm saying, it was just like you came out here on some big energy. For these men that were accusing you of doing these things that they said is the reason why they doing it and why they on the offenders list, and you need to be on the offenders list with them is what they said. And you sued all of them only to take it back.
Wow.
For me, I felt like this was an easy case. Do you know why I felt like this was an easy case for TD Jakes to win against them? Is because TD Jakes doesn't have a criminal record. All of them do.
Oh my God.
All of them have been accused of passing along viruses that can't get that you can't get rid of unless you got Magic Johnson money. They've all been accused of messing with little boys in their church. So I'm thinking if they were to go on stand, their credibility is already shot before a jury. Meanwhile, he has nothing but community accolades. So why wouldn't he go forth with it right before discovery? Y'all gonna stop talking about my damn hair, like for real. I'm just saying, where there's smoke, there's fire. I was looking forward to the discovery phase, and he just gonna take that away from me like that. You just got you gonna do me like that, TD.
TD.
I think he felt like because the Diddy stuff was over, he could like take off pressure a little bit. But my thing is like you came hard, and these men accused you of messing with them.
Pause. She said you can't. This is for the younger generation, you know, us old heads, we would have just skipped right over that and kept going. You came hard. Get it? I call you back.
I was looking forward to the discovery phase, and he just gonna take that away from me like that. He just got you gonna do me like that, TD.
Oh my goodness.
I think he felt like because the Diddy stuff was over, he could like take off pressure a little bit. But my thing is like you came hard, and these men accused you of messing with them.
She sipping that wine.
And it wasn't just one; it was another one. And I'm not saying you did it, but I'm just saying play with my name like that, and you claim you had a heart attack behind it. And this is probably the reason why he lost weight too. Stress, heart attack.
No heart attack.
and other things. Pray for TD Jakes, okay? Pray for his wife as well, too. I hate when men lose weight and they women don't follow suit. Why? Why is it? No, they should be. If they've been married for that long, they need to be having weight loss challenges. Me and my husband, we have weight loss challenges. We like, all right, we fasting today. All right, no alcohol. No none of this, no none of that. You know what I'm saying? Why he lose weight and leave his wife back behind him?
Oh my God.
He ain't attracted to her. That's why I'm moving on. True story. I was 37, pregnant, and my ass was on a walker. Why? He took all my damn vitamin D. Now, even though I was taking a prenatal, he took that too, and I was breastfeeding, and he took more. I didn't find out till 3 years later that my vitamin D was so low. I took a test. Here's the test. And as you can see, severely so low in vitamin D3 that they had to supplement me 50,000 IUs. My doctor.
Oh, okay. All right. I think she can ready to sell something. Yeah, she trying to sell something. Anyway, TD Jakes, man. TD Jakes is about to get exposed, man. Let me see. Can I make this video a little longer? Hold on for a minute. Pause. All right, let's go with this one right here.
Defamation lawsuit against this man whose name
TD Jakes versus doing Youngblood. Mr. Youngblood. I like that name for some reason. Lawsuit update. Motion to dismiss. What in the world? Shout out to I'm not a lawyer, but check this out. Here we go.
I'm not a lawyer, but y'all remember the TD Jakes lawsuit? The one that he filed back in like November of 2024 against another pastor. The short recap is TD Jakes filed a defamation lawsuit against this man whose name is Dwayne Youngblood because of an interview that Youngblood did with Larry Reed Live. In the interview, Youngblood said that when he was a teenager, TD Jakes tried to kiss him and then later said he wanted to have an intimate relationship with him. And
he said, and he began to wrap his arms around me. I said, oh, Lord, I'm late. I got to get the car back to my mama. That's what he was saying. And then, oh, my gracious, that was a crazy interview that he was doing. And my man was just listening. He looked like he was in heaven when he was listening.
Now.
Here we go.
In the interview, Youngblood said that when he was a teenager, TD Jakes tried to kiss him and then later said he wanted to have an intimate relationship with him. Are you remembering now? Well, there's been some updates. So let's talk about it. First of all, Youngblood's attorney for this case is Tyrone Blackburn. And if you're trying to figure out where do you know the name Tyrone Blackburn, it's probably from one of Diddy's cases. Tyrone Blackburn represents a few of the plaintiffs who are suing Diddy. And in particular, he represents the producer, Rodney Lil Rod Jones. And Lil Rod's lawsuit was the lawsuit that had all of those footnotes with the ridiculous hints, like the one that said Philadelphia rapper that dated Nicki Minaj. Okay, so now that Blackburn is on board, he, on behalf of Youngblood, has filed a response to TD Jakes' defamation lawsuit. And that response was a motion to dismiss based on Pennsylvania's anti-SLAPP statute. Youngblood lives in Pennsylvania. That's why it was filed there. So this anti-SLAPP statute is a law that was created to basically protect free speech. The law says that speech or expressions made regarding matters of public concerns or public importance are protected or immune from being the reason that someone sues you. And if a person does sue you over this protected free speech and you can show that it's protected free speech, the burden then shifts to the plaintiff or the person who filed the lawsuit to prove to the court why this lawsuit is not based on free speech. In the end, if the judge agrees in saying that the lawsuit was based on free speech, the plaintiff then has to pay all of your attorney and court fees. Hopefully you followed that, because I say all of that to say that Dwayne Youngblood says that this lawsuit should be dismissed because it is based on free speech. He goes into more detail and gives 3 specific reasons. First, he says that although he did mention the incident with TD Jakes in the interview that he did with Larry Reed Live, it was only a small portion of a very long interview where he was highlighting things like systemic abuse, institutional accountability, and the misuse of power by religious leaders, all of which, according to him, are matters of public concern and importance. Secondly, Youngblood says that this should be dismissed because TD Jakes is a public figure, and in order for celebrities or public figures to sue for defamation, they have to prove that the defamation was done with malice. Malice meaning the person had to defame them, knowing or likely knowing that what they were saying was not true, and they still chose to say it anyway. Think like Cardi B and Tasha K. So in this particular instance, Youngblood says that not only is what he said actually true, but he is providing affidavits from 5 different people who all say that Youngblood told them the same story and has kept that same story for the last 40 years. And that
don't mean nothing. I mean, I believe his story. Don't get me wrong. I believe the story. But you could have been telling that same lie to everybody and testing it out. Do y'all believe this lie? Do y'all believe this lie? It could be a lie, but only him and TD Jakes know. Did you actually, after that guy said, I'm late, I'm sorry, I gotta get the car back to my mama. And then he met me around the table. That's how he was drawing it out, y'all. He was really drawing it out. Then he said, and he just took his arms and grabbed me and pulled me close to him. That's how he said it. Pulled me, embraced, or whatever words he used, close to him. And he tried to kiss me. And he said, you cannot sleep with nobody else because I don't want to give my wife anything. I said, excuse me? God dang. Woo.
Actually true. But he is providing affidavits from 5 different people who all say that Youngblood told them the same story and has kept that same story for the last 40 years. And the last reason that Youngblood says that this should be dismissed is because he says people talking about TD Jakes' alleged misconduct is not new news. The motion says that social media platforms and investigative reports have brought to light allegations of grooming, abuse, and exploitation involving TD Jakes, and then the lawsuit includes a number of articles and references to TikTok to support this claim. The doc specifically says, it is clear from these articles that plaintiff Jakes has been the topic of discussion in the public for several years prior to his interview with Larry Reid on October 28, 2024. So for those reasons and a few others, Youngblood says that this lawsuit should be dismissed and he wants TD Jakes to pay all of his attorney and court fees. And then before he goes, he requests that the court allow him the ability to file a cross complaint against TD Jakes and TD Jakes' son, Jermaine Jakes. Y'all know TD Jakes had a son? For a quote.
Oh my God. Got him. Yeah, he got a son. I think the son is, and again, it ain't nothing wrong with that. But think about it, man. Birds of a feather flock together. It can't be. Oh my God, man. How the son grew up to be like that? Because he got caught in a park. Exposing himself to a police officer or something. Y'all heard that? He got a case, or that's on record. It's on record, whatever he did. I might be saying it wrong, but it got something to do with and he actually showed himself to an undercover officer, or I don't know. But I know one thing, it don't sound too straight. It sound a little crooked. You feel me? All right, here we go, y'all. Here we go.
Social media threat that was sent by Jermaine Jakes on November 3rd, 2024. Social media threat. According to Dwayne Youngblood, shortly after he did his interview with Larry Reid Live, Jermaine Jakes sent him a threatening DM which stated, quote, you might be in dangerous territory, Dwayne, ... Just be careful, ... So Dwayne Youngblood wants to sue TD Jakes and his son for intentional infliction of emotional distress and harassment regarding this alleged threat. Oh, and the last thing is, remember I told you that Dwayne included affidavits from people who say Dwayne told them this same story for the last 40 years? One of those affidavits was from Dwayne's older brother, whose name is Richard Youngblood. And Richard claims that TD Jakes tried to assault him too.
Dang.
In Richard's affidavit, he says, quote, he, being Jake, secured a room with 2 beds in it, and we went to the room for the night. That night, while I was laying in my bed, I felt Elder Jakes climb into my bed. He pressed his body against mine and asked, Youngblood, do you feel that? As he was pressing it against my backside. I, meaning Richard, got up out of the bed in complete shock as he also got up from the opposite side and met me. He grabbed me by my arms and pulled me to him and started trying to kiss me. At this point, I cannot believe what is happening to me. Okay, so that's all on Youngblood's motion to dismiss. But after he filed it, TD Jakes responded. A 562-page package response. And did I read it? Yes. So here we go. Let's talk about it. Jakes' response starts off saying that the allegations Dwayne made about him are completely false, and he highlights that shortly after Dwayne's interview on Larry Reed Live, Dwayne sent him a $6 million demand letter. I don't think I've ever seen a demand letter because I don't have enough money for anybody to demand anything from me. So if you also haven't seen one, here you go. The letter says, quote, "The purpose of this letter is to encourage the parties to resolve this matter quickly and privately. For settlement purposes only, the opening settlement demand is $6 million. The demand is negotiable." The letter goes on to say, "You have 7 days from the date of this letter to accept this offer of private resolution. If we do not hear from you by November 23rd, 2024, we will view your silence as a rejection of this offer and proceed to file suit without delay." So he was threatening his own lawsuit. Also, to put this in context of a timeline, as we just read, November 23rd was the deadline for TD Jakes to either pay the $6 million or Dwayne Youngblood was going to file a lawsuit. November 24th, the next day, was a Sunday, and that's the day TD Jakes had that health issue on stage at church. Y'all remember that? And then the following day, November 25th, is the day TD Jakes filed his defamation lawsuit against Youngblood. Okay, now back to the response. So TD Jakes says that Youngblood's anti-SLAPP motion to dismiss should be denied because, number one, the law isn't even in effect yet. He says until the Pennsylvania Supreme Court acts to create anti-SLAPP motions, they do not exist in Pennsylvania. And even if they were in effect, TD Jakes and his attorneys say that they wouldn't apply in federal court. Apparently, there are some federal rules of civil procedure that conflict with the anti-SLAPP statutes, and therefore the federal rules would override in this case, which was filed in a federal court. And then on top of all of that, TD Jakes and his attorneys say that if the anti-SLAPP rules did apply, this isn't an anti-SLAPP case. They say it's a legitimate case and they have met the requirements required for it to proceed. Jakes' response goes on to say that Youngblood is a known liar, and they pull a 2015 quote from a judge who presided over one of Dwayne Youngblood's probation violation hearings. Did I mention that part? Dwayne Youngblood is a convicted felon and registered offender. He has been convicted of assault, the corruption of minors, among other things, and some of his victims include children that he pastored and mentored.
Facts.
He was the pastor of a church.
Now, the thing that tripped me out is, this is what he said out of his mouth. He said this out of his mouth. The guy that was interviewing him asked him, he said, well, why did you have to go back to jail because you violated? He said, why you go back to jail? Everybody always start off with that easy question answer. Because I violated my parole. What? Well, what did you do to violate your parole? And Lord have mercy, the story that he told was from beginning to end. Some mother found some magazines under her son's bed, and she was trying to do something about it because the boy is getting he got nudie pictures of other men in it. I'm like, what? Oh, hell no. I'm sorry. And that lady had a nerd. Girl called, said, I'm bisexual. Bullshit. That's bullshit. Bullshit. First of all, if my son, daughter, or cousin, or best friend, or whatever, I would go over there and I handle that thing myself. I would yoke his tail up and let him know. That's just me. You know, that's how I handle things. I handle things manly. Ain't no bisexual. Good God. Anyway, back to the story. She actually took the little boy to the church. You know, go to the church for help, right? Go to the church for help. And he telling the story, he said, oh my Lord, she done brought the little boy to the jaws of the shark, which was him. So he got in trouble because he was telling them to raise your hand if you have, I guess, bi or whatever, or however he told the story about if you like men or whatever. But he took him in the back room and he, I guess, did something he had no business doing. And next, he was back in jail. He told the story. So she right about that.
Convicted of assault, the corruption of minors, among other things. And some of his victims
16, 17
include children that he pastored and mentored while he was the pastor of a church. At that hearing, the judge said, quote, Youngblood has lied and has scammed, and he has conned me from the day he stood in front of me 7 years earlier. I have been misled. I have been deceived. I have been actually lied to by Youngblood. My goodness. TD Jakes also highlights that Dwayne Youngblood claims that their interaction happened in 1986. Specifically, Youngblood claims that TD Jakes told him that if Youngblood performs favors for him when he's in town, Jakes would take care of him for the rest of his life. But TD Jakes says there's no way that could have happened because in the 1980s, he says he was living in crushing poverty and could barely afford to take care of himself, so there's no way he was offering to take care of Dwayne Youngblood. TD Jakes also says that these are not just false statements, but they were made maliciously, which again is a requirement when public figures file defamation lawsuits. Jakes says that Youngblood hatched a plan with Larry Reid Live to essentially get money from him and harm his reputation. And then toward the end of the response, TD Jakes says that cross complaint that Youngblood says he wants to file, he can't even do that because a cross complaint can only be brought against a defendant or co-defendants in a case. And because TD Jakes' son is not listed as a co-defendant on this case, it wouldn't be considered a cross complaint. And in addition to that, based on Youngblood's version of this DM exchange, he never includes TD Jakes as having been involved. So he's saying you wouldn't be suing me and you can't sue my son because he's not a defendant. So this isn't a cross complaint. Now with this response, TD Jakes includes some exhibits and affidavits of his own. There's also an affidavit from TD Jakes' son, reference to that alleged threatening DM. Jermaine says, quote, on the afternoon of November 3rd, 2024, I was looking at my social media feed and noticed an advertisement promoted by the Larry Reid Live show podcast for an interview with Dwayne Youngblood labeled "The Abused Becomes the Abuser." I was immediately concerned that Dwayne Youngblood might be putting himself in harm's way unknowingly by involving himself with Larry Reid. Based on my personal experience, Larry Reid's podcasts create controversy that can be very destructive to people's lives. Certainly, such has been my experience with Reid's podcasting, targeting and attacking my father over a period of years. That is the context in which on November 3rd, 2024, I sent a message to Dwayne Youngblood. It was a cautionary warning to someone I know, Dwayne, to avoid Larry because my experience is that Larry Reid distorts facts and is not truthful. I had not talked to or seen Dwayne in over 30 years. However, I knew Dwayne from growing up in West Virginia. When I sent the message to Dwayne, I had not seen the podcast, so I did not know what had been stated or that my father was the focus of the discussion. There was no reason for me to say anything that I intended or meant to be threatening. Dwayne responded to my message practically immediately, stating that he received the message and, quote, it was noted. Child, that was a lot. The exhibits attached to the response also includes Youngblood's entire criminal history, his mugshots and transcripts from some of his criminal hearings. There's also mugshots and criminal documentation for some of the people who provided affidavits for Youngblood, because Jake says that they are convicted felons as well, and screenshots of Youngblood's website, because according to Jake's, Youngblood did this because he had recently gotten out of jail, so he needed a story to transition him from this convicted felon to this inspirational speaker about abuse. So that's where we are. That's the latest on this lawsuit. It'll be up to the judge to determine if TD Jakes' lawsuit can continue on or not. And it feels like it's gonna keep getting messy. What y'all think?
I think it's something wrong with the dude. That's what I think. I think there's something wrong with all of them, even the guy doing the interviewing, because I wouldn't have nobody on my channel interviewing about half of the stuff that I did, maybe 5 interviews, and I was like, I'm not feeling this, man. I'm too real, man. I don't want nobody saying things on my channel that I can't back up. It's bad enough that I gotta back up things that I say on the channel. You know what I'm saying? It's bad enough I got back up things. You don't know play no instruments. So I got to back it up. I know what I can back up. Uncle Mike. Now, TD Jake has said things out of his mouth to make me say, what the heck was that? He was saying, even if he did do something, I guess at the Diddy parties, I don't know what the subject was, but all he have to do is repent. But he never said, I didn't do that. He never, whatever he was talking about, he ain't never said he didn't do it. He started talking about it. Then he said, and even if I was guilty, all I have to do is repent. And I'm like, now that don't make no sense. So I learned a long time ago, don't put your faith into another man. Don't put your faith into another company, a church, or organization. Put your faith in him and don't have nothing. Don't use the church. That's in between. You got the church to get to him. Nope. That's the wrong way to do it. It's just you and him. Don't put nothing else in between that. See? That's what I did. That's why I tell the truth and tell people I didn't go to the church for no word. I don't even want to know the word. I don't care about that word. I care about the Bible and him. Now, you preaching the word to me and everything, I ain't got time to sit there and look it up. I think the whole system of church is wrong. They get up and the band start playing. That's the concert, y'all. The concert is jamming and everything. Then after that, they do a little something, and then you got the little things. The kids might do a little dance or do something a little special. Then you got the announcements. Then they pass the plate around or whatever, and then it's our system. Then here come the preacher. He starts all slow. And then all of a sudden he started getting louder and louder. Then somebody jumps back up on the organ, right? Yeah. And then all of a sudden, and the Lord said, ha! And then you gotta have that flow when you preaching, don't you know? You gotta have the flow and then you gotta learn how to do the shout dance. Never learned how to do that. I never learned how to do that shout dance. And then people running all up and down the pews and everything, having themselves a good old time. Yeah, sister so-and-so, please come back to the church because we like the way you do that shout dance and everything. Oh, y'all like that? Yes, don't do it off timing, though. Don't do it in the beginning. You got to do it when it's time to do it. How come everybody catch the Holy Ghost at the right time? I don't know how to play church. I don't know how to play church. So I just stay here and I pray to my Lord my way, and he understands and he helps me. I'm gonna get on up out of here, man. I'm hoping and praying that TD Jakes get his act together, Youngblood and the brothers and all the other people, man. That's terrible, man. That's terrible to want to. I think it's in the Bible. I think it's in the Bible, man. This is not, hey, but who am I? I love and like everybody, man. If you, that's your problem, not my problem. If you don't like Uncle Mike, that's your problem, not my problem. I like everybody. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like me, that is your problem. That's not my problem. You don't like me asking people, don't forget about our fundraising and everything. Please donate if you can. If you can't, it's okay. Shout out to all the comments that say, well, wait till I get paid. I understand. You know what I'm saying? I'm with you. You don't have to donate if you think you can't. So it's all good in the neighborhood. Me, I'm gonna make sure he have that operation because that's what I want to do. So I'm asking my people for help. If you can't help, no problem. He gonna have that operation. If I have to go out here and dig some holes for somebody or do some Uber driving, he gonna have that operation, period. I speak it into existence. That's what I do. Now, what is it that you do? Y'all take it slow. Tell him Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out.